Well, fine and dandy. Now, those are the words that ended my part one of Doctrine and Covenants, section 132 of Mormonism. And we've already talked a little about verses 61 and 63, talking about espousing virgins, and they cannot commit adultery if the first virgin give her consent for the man to take another virgin, and they both be virgins, and not having been espoused to another. Therefore, the man cannot commit adultery because they're given unto him, because they are given unto him, and he cannot sin. Well, fine and dandy, but Emma was not a virgin. See, that's the whole, that pivots around that whole point. Emma could not give her permission for him to, for Joe Smith, the so-called prophet, to take more wives. And he did. Oh, he did take many wives. He practiced it for a year and a half before this revelation, so-called revelation, was recorded on July 12, 1843. So he was practicing polygamy, and while he was telling the people, no, we don't believe in polygamy. We just believe in a man having just one wife. So he was lying to the people and practicing polygamy in private, or as private as he could. But he did marry some virgins, okay, but he also married widows. He had some who were already widowed, and some who were still married to husband number one. And this is why it gets really kind of fuzzy. There's fuzzy logic in there, but it's not good. Not good, because Smith married at least 6 or 8 known women who, well, for example, the Huntington women, Presendia and what was the other ones? Lucinda? I think Lucinda and Presendia Huntington. Huntington was their maiden name, but they both, each of them, both of them were married to a man. One's, I forget what their married names were. They were married when Joe Smith took them and added them to his harem. Okay, so he broke his own law by marrying non-virgins who were still married to their first man. Now, what was the reason for taking more than one wife? To multiply and replenish the earth according to the commandment. Verse 63. See, so naturally he had sex with them. The longest standing lie of the Mormon hierarchy was that, oh no, he was just, they were just spiritual wives. He didn't have sex with them. Well, if he were to fulfill the requirement for taking more than one wife, it was to multiply and replenish the earth. Now he couldn't have been sterile. Smith wasn't sterile. He should have had many babies from this. And why didn't he? He was a normal, regular man. Why didn't he? Because he had an abortionist doctor follow him around wherever he went, so that he wouldn't bear somebody else's child. So Smith was definitely, according to his own so-called revelation, he was an adulterer. So he was sealed to people, to women who were not. When I say sealed, this is a term in the Mormon religion. Sealed, married to, according to the new and everlasting covenant. He was married to people, women who were widows and married before and divorced, as well as those who were married to someone else and not divorced from that other man. He forced these women to practice polyandry, meaning having 2 simultaneous husbands. And by doing so, he caused that the women commit adultery, and that he himself committed adultery against his own wife, Emma. I don't know. He's a very strange man. He deserved to die, which he did. And that's the end of that.